everything's starting. I just have to do one more thing and then I'm in and ready for action. And see, there we go. Okay, great. All right, so come on, right into standing position. And start by having the feet just turned out slightly and just do a little shift from side to side and do a sway of your back from side to side so you really open up in through the low back. And the elbows are pressing back, so that's become a big thing lately. I'm just really having you open the shoulders down and the elbows back. So you're squeezing the elbows back and together. Okay, good. Now just let the shoulders go and come on into shoulder circles, opening through the chest and shoulder. So I've already seen the, not Willow yet, the owl. She hasn't been here for 2 weeks. But I've already seen the blue jays out there. They're doing making up a ruckus. And what else can I tell you? Wow, the lilacs have almost been in bloom all week. They can't quite come out yet. It's too scary. And let's see. And even the Norway spruce, the buds, come on the other direction. And even the Norway spruce, the buds are taking like a week to come out. So it's probably official that everything will start to bloom more today, tomorrow when the sun comes out. Okay, now just the elbows. So here it is, it's like a guillotine, and you're letting your palms turn around, and then that's opening up. This is really specific. We're going deeper into the shoulder girdle here. So this is really good for the rotator cuff, and you're getting deep into the shoulder tissue there. Shoulders are so tricky. You've got a lot of little components, and then you're going to take that back. So again, lead with the elbow and then turn the palm forward as you're opening. Okay, good. And then just shake out the legs. Now, one of my favorite things to do is this. I'm getting massive reverb right into my hip. So I'm throwing this out just like you'd throw a towel at your brother, wrap it up and go like this. It's that kind of thing that you're really throwing the heel out and getting quite a bit of rotation in your hip. So you're turning and turning and turning. And then come on to the other leg and just turning and turning and kicking and literally throw that heel out. Good, so you're getting lots and lots of stimulation right into the femur. Okay, good. Now come on right to the front of the mat, taking the hands in prayer position. Keep the chest open, rib cage lifted, and we'll come into our first salutation. Breathe in, bring the arms up, I'm bringing the arms forward. You can come out to the side, either one, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward, planting the hands, jumper, step the legs back, coming into side plank, bending the underside knee or keep the legs straight. Come on back to your center, rotate to the other side, opening the chest again, and coming back. And now just coming into the plank. Keep the heels reaching back. Keep the shoulders down, so again, try not to press through the shoulders, I'm exaggerating. But keep the shoulders down, and then you can exhale plank to lower. Breathe into either Sphinx, or you make him come into upward dog, and then take the hands right beside the chest, or from your upward dog, come right into your downward dog. We'll tuck and bend the knees, and then come up into your downward dog. Now do just little wiggles to release in through the neck and shoulders. So you can turn the head a little side to side. It's really nice to just keep on shifting into place so you can get your body to open, to lengthen. Stay with your breathing. And one more breath in downward dog. Okay. Now gazing up, come up onto the tiptoes. And you shift your shoulders so they come right over your wrists. There's your in-breath. Then you exhale, fold the feet in between the hands. Come on, halfway up. Exhale, fold. And now breathe in, bring the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. And exhale to center. And inhale again, gazing up. Exhale, fold, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, jump or step the legs back, come into side plank, rotate to your left. Good, either bending underside knee or leg straight, rotate to the other side, in breath, opening the chest. Keep your shoulder back to your center. Now coming into your plank, really knit the ribs in, so go into your half a giggle, go. So you want to keep the inner thighs really, really turning up to the ceiling. And stay here, that's it. You're just going to keep the shoulders down, the ribs knit in. You keep the heels reaching back, and then you can exhale plank to lower or bend the knees. Breathing into upward dog, your hands will stay the same, or sphinx where the elbows come forward, and you're gazing up, press the tops of the feet down in either position. Us from sphinx, we bend the knees. You and downward dog upward dog, come right into your downward dog, flipping over the feet. Us tuck toes under, exhale, and lift into your downward dog. So I want to keep you flowing as you noticed. So I'll give you fast instructions to do to keep the flow of the salutation. Now just bending your right knee and press that left heel down. Press through the entire foot. And then you can shift. Press that right foot down. Pulling out from the core. Good, and then you can center. Once again, let your head dangle. Do little turns of the head from side to side to release the neck. Pulling up strongly from the core. Now we're going to change this by coming down onto your elbows. So you're going to look up and press the elbows down. Now as you press the elbows down, you're lifting the bum really, really high. Okay, so you're coming right up on the toes, and the press down of the elbows will also draw your shoulders down. So the head is dangling. This is a dolphin pose, and it's a wonderful preparation eventually for headstand. But what we're doing is I'm hoping you're really feeling this, we're stretching underneath the arms and underneath the shoulders. Now the head, you let your head fall completely so you get traction right through your neck. And one more pull up, exhale, and then bend the knees, come on down, reach the palms forward, and then toes tucked under, exhale back into child's pose. Release the weight of the head. Keep on palming the mat out there. Keep on reaching through your hands. Again, stay with your breathing and do a gentle rock from side to side. Nice steady breath. Fantastic. And now you can take the hands right underneath the shoulders. Take an in-breath, gaze up. And then exhale, rise back up into your downward dog. Take your left leg straight up in the air, reach up through that heel, come up on the toes of the right foot, bend that left heel in, and then turn to your left and draw that left knee up high. Come up onto the ball of the foot to send that heel out, long from your spine, and then extend the left leg out, come down. Here we go, right leg lifting, or come on down onto the knees and rest. Come up onto the toes of the left foot, extend straight, bend that heel in, lift the knee high, gazing under that right arm. Send the knee high as you open up from the rib cage, breathing is steady. Get the reach, and then you can extend that leg out, come down. Good, pull back in downward dog, even the hips. Now gaze up, come up onto the toes, jump or step the feet to the hands, come on halfway up. Exhale, fold. Breathe in, bring the arms up overhead, palms together, and then you can exhale to your center. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend, let your head drop. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch at the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, jump or step the legs back. Rotate into your best side plank. Keep the underside waist lifting. Rotate to the other side. Opening the chest and the shoulder, breath. And then back to your center. Keep the heels reaching out the inner thighs. turning up to the ceiling as you stay in your plank. That's it. You're just going to stay in plank. And then you just do your giggles to get the ribs up. So you, so you keep knitting up and in. And keep the heels reaching back. Now just see if you can go back a little further with the heels. So you're going to draw your bum back a little further rather than being over. And then do some pulses back from there, strengthening the feet, arches, fascia. Good, now just come back into your usual position. Lift your left heel up off the floor and keep the core strong. Keep reaching that right heel out. Breath, come down, and then reaching the right out. Keep the rib cage in and back. One more time, legs straight. Feel free to bend the underside knee if this is getting to be too much. And then come to the other side again, right leg reaches. Woo-hoo. Keep the heel reaching. Okay, here we go. Come on down, exhale. Breathing into either Sphinx, the elbows come forward, or upward dog. Us and Sphinx, tuck the toes under, walk the hands in under the shoulders. In breath, arc, everybody else up in the downward dog. Lift, lengthen through your spine for 5 deep breaths. And keep the shoulder blades sliding down the back as you let your heels drop. Keep the inner thighs moving up towards the ceiling. You're lengthening your spine. Your breathing is steady. Breath. Keep on letting the heels move down as you pull the inner thighs back. And again, the top of the head drops and it reaches towards the floor. So you're working on making a pyramid. The head reaching down, heels reaching down, bum reaching up. Okay, here we go. Gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes, shift forward, jump or step the feet to the hands, come on halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop up, lift from your ribs, your center. And then exhale the arms to center. Okay, fantastic. Keep on going. Breath in, bring the arms up, gazing up. Stay here for a moment. Sorry, if you went forward. Keep the ribs pulled in. Here's where we watch that the shoulders are down. And if it feels like your shoulders are too far forward, then do feel free to open, and that will help to get the clavicles down, and that will give you a much freer sense of lifting right from your center. And then you exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward, jump or step the legs back. Rotate into side plank. Underside waist, lifting. Pull up. Good, do a little giggle, do a little. And then come on to the other side. Rotate, lift, pull the rib cage in. Shoulder blade is back. Good, giggling in. It's just a funny morning. And then take the heels down. Sorry, take the hand down. Heels reach back. Now keep your rib cage lifted. Now, I was just reminded there's a really insane pose in Ashtanga yoga. I used to be able to do it, and it's called the crocodile. And I'm just trying to remember how it works. Yeah, you literally jump off the floor from here, but you're down on your elbows. Come on down on your elbows. I just want to get the feel of the pose. Yeah, I just remembered you have your hands in a different position and you jump off the floor from this position. You kick one leg up and it pulls you up. So I was having you do the leg coming up. It's kind of a preparation for that. We're not going to do the crocodile, but I want you to feel the isolation of your left leg reaching out and up. So you come in a straight leg, you reach that heel out. The right heel is still reaching, and then come down. Now reach the right heel out, left heel, keep it the opposite heel, reaching out, and then come down. Now exhale, lower either with the hands coming closer into upward dog or Sphinx where you are, lifting the eyes. And then exhale, round the spine. Come up onto the hands, tuck the toes under. Inhale, arc, exhale, rise into downward dog. So I'm not giving you that many instructions because I know most of you know this routine, because I'd rather you have less to hear as far as instructions so you can focus more on your breathing. Now, can you bend your knees and really tip the bum up to the ceiling? So you're super lengthening through the backs of the legs. And stay with your breath. And then let the heels drop. Wonderful. Now we come right down onto the elbows. So lower the elbows down. Now gaze ahead to the hands and keep the elbows, forearms pressing down. Now, just trying to think, if you need to bend the knees to lift the hips higher, that's really good too. Otherwise, you are pulling up strongly from your hips as your head falls. You really keep that length in your spine, piercing the elbows down into the floor. And one more breath. And then you bend your knees and you draw your arms forward for child's pose. Exhale and come back. Keep the toes tucked under. Release the forehead to the floor. Pulling your shoulder blades down as you do. Good, stay there. Keep on sliding the shoulder blades down. Keep on pulling back right from the core. Okay, now from there, come right under with the hands again, under the shoulders. Now tuck the toes under, inhale, arc the back, lift the eyes. Exhale, round up into downward dog, lift through the hips. Now gazing up, jump or step the feet to the hands, come on, halfway up, rise, and exhale, fold. Breathe the arms up, lift from the rib cage, pressing the palms together, keep your shoulders dropped, and then you can center. And inhale again, gazing up, lift from the rib cage. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward, planting hands, jump or step the legs back, rotate into your side plank, lifting the underside of rib cage, shoulders back, so try not to be up. So you've got one shoulder stacked on top of the other. Here we go, other side, breathing in, lift from the rib cage, drawing that shoulder back, breath, breath. Wonderful. Back to your center. Now keep the heels reaching out. Lower down onto the elbows, keeping your rib cage lifted. Now just come into your little giggle, coming in. And keep the heels reaching back. Okay, we lift the left leg up, reach that left heel out. And down, leg straight, right leg out, reach up, reach up, reach up. And down, left leg, reaching out, again, core strong, and down, two more. Keep the right leg reaching, reach, and down, one more each leg, left leg. Last, right leg, lift, lower, down into Sphinx. Everybody in Sphinx. Keep the elbows pressing down. Now just lift your hands off the floor. So you'll feel how you're piercing the elbows down into the mat. And if it gets a little bit, if it's a bit too intense, this is where if you want to have a towel or you can have a blanket, just another layer, of course, to soften the joint into the pressure on the mat. And then you press the hands down again, tuck the toes under. Now we lift back up into plank and send your heels back. Keep the rib cage pulling in. Come into your giggle again. Seriously. So you can really get the lower, it's a girdle, it's a band of muscle right just above the waistband. And you want to pull that transverse abdominis, it's called, right in. So giggle again. And if you can't giggle, just fake it go. Because you'll still get the same contraction. And then you gently lower. Now the toes stay tucked under for this Sphinx. You press your elbows down, gaze high. As you press the elbows down, keep your shoulders coming down. Keep the heels reaching back so the thighs will come off the floor. And then you gently release. Take the hands beside the chest. Take an in-breath, look up. Exhale, child's pose back with the toes tucked under. Release the forehead to the floor. Palming the mat and sliding the shoulder blades down. Stay with your breathing. Stay with your breath. Okay, fantastic. Now just take the hands right under the shoulders, bring them in closer. And now just come onto the tops of the feet. Cat stretch. So here we are. In breath, gaze up, lift the eyes. And then you can exhale and round the spine. Now breathe in, gaze up, lift the eyes. And exhale, round the spine. Pressing the tops of the palms right into the floor. Breathe in, gaze up, the shoulder blades slide down, the bum tips up. And as you exhale, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Feel like your palms are going through the floor. And then breathe in, gaze up. We're going to do this 2 more times. And exhale, round. It's the breath first, then the movement follows. Breathe in. Feel as if the breath is filling your back when you exhale the round. The exhale pulls into the upper back. And now you can come to a neutral position. Now the next cat stretch is to bring your bum to your left, and then you look toward your bum. So you're stretching out of the right side. So it's quite subtle. So it's going to might help a bit, but you're that kind of little bum. Your bum comes to your left, and then you look to your left. And that's getting your side stretch right out of your right waist. And then you come back to the center. Bring your bum over to the right, look to the right. Stretch out of that left side of your waist as you pull over there. Breathing steadily. Then you can draw right back to your center. Now come on back into child's pose with the arms to the side. Release the forehead to the floor. Breathe into the upper back as you let your shoulder blades fall forward. Take nice deep breaths there to get that area of your space in between your shoulder blades opening. Okay, great. And then you can come on all the way back up. Now we'll take the hands once again in tabletop position, hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale, lift. Exhale, rise. And pull the bum up into downward dog. Now we'll take the hands wider to the outside edges of the mat. Step your right foot forward in between the hands. Now take your right hand on the inside, press down, turn to your left as your back foot turns in, the heel. So you're turning the foot parallel as you come right through the side, turning to your left side. You draw that left hip back, your chin is in slightly, and you take that top arm back to open the chest and the shoulder. Now make sure your neck is comfortable. Sometimes I find I've got to pull the chin a little more to get that stretch through the back of the neck. And also feel free to look down. What you're not doing, if you can see me, is this. Don't look up like this. So just keep the top of the head in. Top of the head, sorry, reaching out, the chin is in. Anatomy. And then you can take that hand down. Let's take the hands wide again. Turn the back heel, come up on the back heel, and then extend out over that left leg. Pull up from that right thigh. Sorry, I meant to pull up from the right leg. Just pull up from that right thigh as you extend out over the right leg. Now keep the core pulling in as you keep in your stretch. And then you can turn and straighten, so just bend the front knee slightly. Now we'll change legs. Look up so the spine lengthens. Hands come wide to the outside edges of the mat. Now we step the right leg, front leg back. Take the left leg forward. I'm going to turn in this direction so I can face you. Now your back heel is turned in. Take your left hand on the inside. Turn to your right. Draw that right shoulder back. And keep opening so you've got your right shoulder stacked on top of your left. The front leg is straight if you can. If you need to bend it, no problem. But do keep the right waist pulling back. Stack that top right shoulder on top of the left and keeping the chest open in your triangle. So we've got a low triangle and we're attempting to pull the back right, low back back. So keep pulling back, pulling back. Your body turns to the side. So you do face the side. And then you come down. Now we're going to turn towards that. Nope, we're not. Let's turn back to the front of the mat. So we'll turn towards the right foot and then come up on the back toes. Look up as you come into your runner's lunge. Keep your shoulder blades sliding down. Now dunk that left knee down and then straighten the leg. So you're pulling up from the core so your body is squaring forward and then just touch down and straighten. And again, touch down and straighten. 2 more of these. Keep the heel reaching out as you touch down and straighten. And last one. And down and straighten. Very nice. Now we're going to stay up with that leg. Take your left hand on the inside of the right foot. Turn to your right and draw that right shoulder down and back. Keep the front right knee directed forward as you open through your chest. Stay with your breathing. Breath. Breath. Good. Back leg strong. Really reaching out through that back heel. Breath, breath, breath. Okay, take that right hand down. Arms wide, hands wide. Step the front right leg back. Take your time. And then step bravely that left foot in between. Take both hands on the inside for runner's lunge. Lift the rib cage. Gazing up, lift the chin slightly. Keep the back leg reaching out with the heel. Strong, strong, straight leg. Bend that right knee down. And then you can straighten. Here we go again. Bend. And straighten. Beautiful breaths. Bend. And straighten. And again. Bend. And straighten. Last one. Bend. And straighten. Here we are turning to your left. Take your right hand on the inside of that left foot. Turn to your left. Keep your back leg strong as you rotate. Keep your chin in, the front left knee directed forward as you turn and push into the floor to get that rotation. Chin in again slightly. So you're lengthening through the top of the head. And then you can take that left hand down on the inside and now bend down onto the back knee. We lift up onto that left knee, so you draw right up and you tuck your tailbone under. Open through the chest, turn the palms in, and you're pulling up from the pubic bone area, pulling up as if you're zippering up from here to the chest bone. And you keep that rise. Toes are tucked under. If you need to come onto the top of the foot, no problem. Keep pressing the top of that right foot down. Okay, now come down. Now take that right hand just about 4 inches away from your left foot. Turn, come up again. You might be able to get way more of a turn. Just keep this front left knee going forward. Try not to swing out. So you open through the rib cage. Make sure the neck is happy. Keep your chin in. Turning, 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 turning. And then you can take that left hand down. Now, let's just do a couple of pumps. I'm just using fingertips on the outside and straighten and bend. Now we're ever so bravely going to lift up through the back foot, lift the bum, step the back foot in. Now take both hands forward. I'm just going to back myself up. Take both hands forward a foot. Lift that right leg up horizontally. So you're reaching out through that right heel. And then take that left hand just under your chin Take your right hand, if you can, off the floor. I'm going to stay gazing down. If you can turn your body to the right, so you're opening to the right. But if you're like me and my balance is going to come out, and so I'm going to stay looking down because it helps me to focus my spine. So just notice what works for you. Keep that heel reaching out. Keep lengthening through the heel. Keep pulling up from your standing leg. And if you need to come back down onto the hand and just work the leg on my right fingertips to keep the balance. And then you can take that right leg down. Fantastic. Now we're going to take the right foot beside the left, come into a short forward bend. It's like a short downward dog. So you're reaching the bum bones up to the ceiling. You're looking at your hands though, so there is a lift at the chin. Keep pulling up from your core. Now take both hands forward 6 inches. Come up on the left fingertips. Bring that left heel out horizontally out. It's kind of higher than horizontal, but you are reaching out through the heel. Possibly turn to your left. Again, I'm going to stay looking down. And possibly bring that left arm up, reaching out through the left heel. The core pulls in, and you draw that left shoulder blade back. Your breathing is steady. Keep opening. Keep pulling up through that standing leg. And again, if you need to take the hand down, just keep the leg working out. Keep it reaching out through the heel. And then you can take that hand down. Now, if none of that was working, here would be your pose. You would keep, sorry to show you after, I meant to show you during. You want to keep that left leg reaching out and just stabilize with your fingertips. And then you can take that left leg down. Now come into your short downward dog, pulling up from the bum bones and pulling up from the inner thighs. Really tip. Now you can bend your knees and bring your body in contact with your thighs. Let your head dangle. Now hugging around the backs of the legs, let your head fall and straighten through the backs of the legs as much as you can and pulling up from the core to do so. Do keep the breathing steady. Keep that wonderful rise. Breath. Okay, very good. Now we're going to, I want to come into the knees bending and your hands just coming into prayer position. Bring your elbows to your thighs and let your hips sit back. Now rise into Utkatasana. Step your feet together and have the hips sitting back. I'm going to take my arms apart because I find my shoulders are tight in this position. So if you need to do that, keep the knees kissing together and do keep your heels apart so that you can allow your hips to open. And as you gaze up, keep your shoulders sliding down in either position, hands together or apart, and keep your hips sitting back. Stay with your breathing. And again, keep the shoulders down. Now you can exhale the hands to prayer. Bend over to your left. Coax that right elbow across. Turn the knees to your right to get that elbow across. Hands to hands. Turn facing left. Let your hips sit back as you press that right elbow right into the outside of your shin. Sorry, that would be impossible. To the outside of your left quad. Your chin is in. Keep letting your hips sit back. Keep pulling in from the core, strong, strong through the legs. Let the weight travel through your feet into the floor. The knees squeeze. It's mainly core pulling back to keep your back stabilized. 2 more breaths. Again, stay with the core. Pulling it in on the exhale. 1 more breath. Breath. Very nice. Lifting, breathe in, lift. Open through the chest. Here we go. Coax that left elbow well across. Turn the knees to the left. Kissing the knees together. Pressing palms. Gazing to the right. Keep your chin in. Let your hips sit back so you're not coming over the knees. The knees do not come over your toes. If you look down gently, slowly, your knees are just behind your toes. It's a bit hard to see in this angle, but you'll know. And you're gazing. Keep the hips sitting back. Keep the breath. One more breath. Here we are, lifting. Breathe in, come up, lift, and then exhale the arms to the side. We'll take the legs right out into straddle. That was fantastic. Keep a lift from the rib cage. Gaze up, open through your chest. Now exhale, fold forward. And then take your right hand just under your nose. Turn to your left. Open through the chest, press into the floor, pull up from the legs and your core. And then come to the other side. Press that right palm down, breathe in, lift. Open the chest, pull that right shoulder blade back. And then take that hand down. Turn towards the front of your mat, bending that front knee. Lower down, take that front leg back. Come into kneeling position, and we'll come right into breath of joy. So I want you to come into a tall spine. Just blow your nose if you need to. And we'll come right into, let's go for 35 pumps today. So you're opening through the chest, elbows back, and breathing in. Here we go. Of course, you might have the legs straight in front because that might be a lot easier on the knees. And I don't know what we're at, but let's say 28, 29. Good, and then just relax the hands. Take in 3 regular breaths. And you're keeping the rib cage open, shoulders back, and keep the space in between the ribs and the hips. And one more deep breath, keeping the chest open. Good, we'll go into another round of 35 breaths, breathing in. Sorry, I get carried away. Just let the hands rest. Here you, again, you've got the space. Remember, it's an exhale as you throw the arms open, and then it's just a natural flop drop. So you're not pulling down, you just release. This is the propulsion, very strong. Throw the hands and then completely drop. When you throw the hands, that's the exhale, and that's the pulling of the abdominal wall. We're really strengthening the exhale, that part of the breath. Good, remembering that a full exhale means the next inhale is bigger. So that's that emphasis. Here we go, last round, 35 pumps, breathing in. Now just let your arms rest, and you're going to take 3 regular breaths to kind of steady the blood pressure. And as I mentioned last lesson, whenever you do anything that you bring the arms overhead, especially rapidly, you are raising your blood pressure. So now just feel all the effects of this breathing. Take 2 deep breaths. Okay, now I'm going to teach something that I'm just terrible at. Like I just have such a hard time doing this. And I think that's exactly why I want to teach you. One of the areas that we very rarely access is right in through this area of the spine, because usually we're sitting back against a chair and these muscles never need to lift. That also goes into the core. We don't tend to ever need to use the core to flex. This is flex. This is extension. Now, in order to get a good flexing lift that also uses the low back, it's really good to do Pilates. Pilates is basically it's very supportive of yoga. It's really about the length of the spine. That's why they go together so well. Now, in Pilates, there's what I consider an impossible move where you slowly lower. So I want you to join me now, where you slowly lower, and they say let down from a rope, and sure you can do that. But the main thing is to lower, and then when you feel, for me, that collapse, I just give. Then you come down, obviously, because you have no choice. And then to come back up, you do a curl up like this, and then through some miracle, you're supposed to be able to get up. I can't, but if you can maybe work past it, or give yourself a little bit of a pull past that point, and then you come forward. You're meant to exhale here. You reach, come back up, lift from your spine. So let's get that area firing. And then you take the arms forward and you slowly lower. Now again, really pulling in from the core. Now Sabine, I don't know, maybe this is one of the areas you're really feeling today. And Julian, I don't know. And the arms come up, and then again come up. You guys get nice control. Lift, pulling up, pull in through the core, reaching forward, up, lengthen from your spine, low back lifts, right at the front of the bones. Take the hands forward. Nice controlled, slow and lowering. Lowering with nice control. Lift, coming up. Lift, come forward. Here's our last reach up. And then here we are, lowering down. The arms come in front. You're slowly lowering. And then you can bend your knees and draw your knees right into your chest and come into a gentle rock from side to side. Now, why would you do something that you can't do? Just in case you're asking, it's a good way to access an area that is unable to fire. So muscles are, as we know now from neuroplasticity and brain imaging, your nerve fibers can be trained to fire again. So unless the area has been actually cut like in a cesarean, then those muscles can be taught to fire again. Laughing is one of the best ways. It's a direct contraction of those lower core muscles. But what we're doing is we're getting more and more and more and more of them to fire, so that that panel can work together and give you a tone and a contraction. So that's what we're working towards. And then also you'll have a strong low back. Okay, so then we're going to come right into happy baby, bending the knees and coming to the outside. Now, Jill and company and Julian and anybody that wishes to go into shoulder stand, please come into shoulder stand at this time. I'm going to keep directing from happy baby pose. So shoulder stand can sometimes be a little bit too much for the neck or shoulders first thing in the morning. But from your happy baby and those in shoulder stand, staying in shoulder stand, from your happy baby, hold on behind the knees and pull the feet up so much that your low back comes off the floor. So you're still getting a little bit of that length. And then come in, 2 straight legs. Let your arms come down out like a V, press your palms down, and then reach the heels out as you pull your toes back. And then just for kicks, do a little giggle, do a little so your shoulders are back and you're really reaching the heels out. Now, if you can spread your toes and press the big toe away from you and your other toes back, feel free to hold your toes if you need to bend your knees and press your big toes away. That will help to fire the inner thighs. And otherwise straight. Those in shoulder stand, come into your plow. Us, from here, you're going to come into a pseudo plow where your bum is still on this side of the body and you're reaching your heels out as much as you can. Keep your head pressing back as you reach out from the heels and keeping your breathing steady. Again, then your weight is right on the back of the head, the chin is lifted. You keep the heels reaching out, and you keep your shoulders back, so you're lengthening through the backs of the legs, and you get a wonderful reach. And then everybody come on down, and just let your tailbone release, let your knees bend, and let the heels come to the floor. Let your body go here. Now for those that are able, you could come from there right into fish pose. So the fish pose, the legs come straight out. I'll demonstrate, and the arms come under, thumbs are overlapped. Make sure the hands come down really low. As you press into the elbows, you're lifting the rib cage, and come right, literally, you're right on the back of your head as you press the elbows into the floor. Toes are pointed. If that's a bit too much in the morning, what I would recommend is come up onto the elbows, press the palms down, lift the rib cage, and still get that effect in through the throat by sending the chin to the ceiling, and your elbows are pressing back. This will really open up nicely through the shoulders, the cap at the front, and you're imagining that you've just been fish hooked right on the chest bone, sternum, and you're pulled up. You do that in both the fish and in this variation. Make sure the neck is okay. If you need to drop your chin a bit, bringing it down, and that will help to still keep the lift of the chest. And take in 2 more breaths, everybody. Opening the chest and the rib cage. And then you can slowly lower. Okay, come on down and just let your arms come out to the side. Bend your knees and take your feet to the outside edges of the mat. Take the arms up overhead, reach through the fingertips. Now take your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, and then draw your knees together, feet together, and then let your knees splay out. And you've got the bottoms of your feet, soles of your feet pressing together. Now the elbows are pressing back, and you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale and bend over to your left side as you press the elbows back. And you've got that right shoulder blade pressing under as you keep the rib cage open and stay with a nice deep breath. Good, you're going to really fan open that right rib cage. Just imagine that accordion opening up, stretching, really, really pressing back. Okay, wonderful. And then you draw back into your middle. Come on over to the right. Press the left elbow back. Open up that left side of the waist. Good. As you're breathing in and out, keep that breath steady. Keep the feet pressing together to send the knees away, opening through the chest. Okay, now you're in, you come back to your middle. Release the hands to the side and let your whole body go. Draw the knees gently together as you have the knees come to the ceiling and the feet flat on the floor. Now bring your feet out from you just about 4 inches. And then press the feet into the floor, flatten your back and gently peel the tailbone. Now we're doing a little tiny bridge. You're going to come all the way up as you press down onto your feet so you can get that elongation right in your low back. The shoulders are under, so your neck is free. And then from your tailbone, lifting high, tuck it out even more. And try not to curl the toes, press into all 4 corners of your feet. And then slowly lower from the upper body. Your shoulders apart, and that space in between the shoulders can come down. And then lower all the way down. You are now ready for Shavasana. So before you do, bend your knees in and do a lovely gentle rock from side to side. And then you can let your heels drop. Now rest your arms to the side. Let your legs straighten. And just let your feet roll out to relaxation. So you really feel yourself let go. Do any little wiggling, of course, get your sweater or your blanket to help yourself keep your body temperature warm. And then as you let go into the mat, just release and wiggle the whole back of the body back into the floor. And let's begin your day with silence. Completely let go. Keep on letting your body go. Keep letting your front body sink back and feel the weight of the back of the body against the mat. And gently bringing your awareness back to your body, taking a deeper breath and completely exhale. And once again, a nice deep breath and completely exhale. Now take your hands in the air, hands up, and then just shake out your hands. Really, really, really loose. Really vigorous now. Really shake. Good, and then come on into circles, taking the hands around. We're stretching down when you do make a hook of your wrists. Really pull the fingers down. And then take your right hand and pull the top of that left hand down and send the top wrist to the ceiling. This is a really good counter stretch to do after the downward dogs. And then take your right hand, pull that hand down. Really, really, really press the heel of the hand to the ceiling. And then letting go. Good. Feel your hands now. Just notice the difference. And then take your feet and just let them roll in and out. Massage in through the backs of the calves. This is a great way also to move the kneecaps in a very quick way without any strain, pressure on the kneecaps. Remember, the kneecaps are floating and they're just reliant on ligaments to hold them in. And the challenge is as time goes by, the ligaments can get less moist. Well, they do get less moist. So we want to keep them moving to get more circulation there. And then take your knees up and in, super wide, and do a gentle rock, side to side. Just start to giggle and do a little laughter. All right, just did it for you. And then cross your left ankle over your right. You can lift up, hold on to your feet. Now grab your legs, pull your legs in. Your upper body comes back, and you want to pull the legs across as much as you can. So you come right into a nice low back stretch. And then a little bit higher, so elbows can bend out to the side. Perfectly great if you're holding on lower towards your legs. I've got short legs, and you're pulling down, and then we switch. Take that right leg on top, hold low legs or feet, pull down, breath, breath. Lovely. Let the heels drop. Now we'll gently roll over to your left side, drawing up to seated position. Take a moment to sit and just feel the effects of all the poses you experienced. So you have just given your body a bath of oxygen inside that's moving in through the nerves, in through the soft tissue. And you've helped to create alignment and space in your joints. You know, bask for a moment in that feeling, and then tune into the intention that you would like to set for today. Give that intention a word. And then evoke the feeling tone of that intention inside your body. If it's to feel peaceful, feel a warm homecoming inside. Take 3 more breaths into that intention feeling. Okay, wonderful. So have a fantastic day, and remember, no class on Monday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. And if you do, again, need a class, just let me know and I can send you a recording so that you'll have one for 6:30 on Monday morning. Okay, you guys, have a fantastic day.